Trish, and you're at Trish's Creative Treasures. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Welcome if you've been here before and you are some of my regular family members. And if you are new, welcome. And if this is your first time, welcome. I hope you like what you see, and I hope that each and every one of you that have not yet hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell, so that way you know every time I upload a video. And hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment, guys. Ask me any questions. But today we're going to do the family feud tag that's been going around. I think I heard one of them say, one of the ladies say it comes from Krista at the Secret Yarnery. I got coffee today in my Bones coffee mug. Yeah, I got this for Christmas last year because I like Bones coffee, but I really want their ceramic mugs. But okay, enough about that. So we're gonna do this family feud tag. Number 1 is something you hate to find in your yarn. I hate to find knots. I hate to find cat hair because I try to keep my cats away from my yarn. And I hate to find like fuzzies, or, you know, or like I've got yarn already where it's like ripped in the middle and you have to tie it back together, like it's not fully together. But the main thing is a stinking knot, because who wants a knot in their yarn, right? Okay, number 2 is something you do for a significant other when they buy you yarn. Well, I don't know if I can answer that. Jim likes to get what, you know, gotta beat around the bush around this, you know. What any guy wants, you know. I bought you yarn, so I mean, I do everything for I do what I can for him anyways, because he does everything for me that I can't do for myself, which is probably 85% of the things in life that most people can do on their own. And then before my surgery, when I was really bad, when I was bedbound, he did things for me that I don't think I could do for another human being, you know. So I can't say anything bad about him, you know. I love the man to death. He has his moments, but other than that, I love him. But I cook something that he likes. Loki, stay out of my drunk. My cats steal my coffee. I'll cook for him, or he has such a bad back, so I'll rub his back for him or something. But usually 9 out of the 10 is the, I can't say it on YouTube, which I don't think anybody else wants to hear about it. So okay, number 3, something you snack on while crocheting or knitting. Well, since my surgery, I don't snack anymore at all. I barely eat. I don't have any appetite, and it's not like food is what I think about anymore. Sometimes I have to be reminded to eat, because like, oh yeah, I forgot, you know, because you don't have that in you anymore that tells you when to eat. But before surgery, oh my God, what didn't I snack on? I mean, Pop-Tarts, donuts, pastries, those little mini chocolates, like the Hershey bar things, you know. Whatever Jim would bring home, that's what I would eat. And him and I would sit up at night and eat junk food. Except I gained all the weight and he didn't, but it is what it is. Okay, number 4. An item found in your yarn bag. It could be pretty much anything, because if I'm going away and I'm taking a yarn bag, I will just take that bag. And I'll either just take, like if I'm using one of my small bags that I make, I'll put whatever yarn I'm going to do, because I always take a small project on the go. I don't ever take anything big. So a small bag is fine. I just put a small thing of yarn in there, and I put my hook, you know. If I'm going to need scissors, I'll put a little pair of scissors in there. But if I am not going to throw the bag in my, I use a backpack for a purse. So if I'm not going to put that in my backpack and then I'm just going to take that with me, well then in that bag I'll grab a little bit bigger of a bag, and I will put my yarn, my hook, my scissors, and I will also put my wallet and my mod, which is the thing that I vape from, And that's pretty much, so if I'm going to carry anything, that's what I carry with me, because that's like the only things that I need. Heck, I don't really even carry my wallet anymore because I have no money. And I don't need my wallet for anything, because Jim, you know, I give Jim, because he goes to the store after work and stuff, and I go to the store on a Wednesday after the chiropractor appointment, so he has all my cards, like, you know, my bank cards, you know, my insurance, everything like that that I need, he keeps. Come on, you coming? Yeah, you want mama? This girl here has not wanted me for so long, and all day she's been meowing at me to hold her. This is my baby girl, Saphira. I know I'm babbling in the middle of the family feud. I'm sorry, but I can't take the moment. You want to say hi, Saphira? Say hello. Say, I'm normally a cranky one, but I'm being lovey today. Yes, she is. I was taking a little nap because I've been up since 5:30 this morning, and I haven't been sleeping. So I was laying, before I came over here, I was laying down, and like I'd fallen asleep for a little bit, and she woke me up. Because she like talks. She doesn't meow. You know, we have conversations. I have no idea what I'm saying, but I talk to her just right back, and she seems to understand me just fine. Okay, back to Family Feud. Something you drink while crocheting or knitting. Well, it used to be coffee 24/7 before surgery. I lived on coffee, I lived on cherry Pepsi, and Monsters. Now when I got bedbound, when I wasn't working anymore, then it was pretty much just coffee, iced tea, soda, whatever. But now I drink, like this cup to have coffee, I only feel it like yay much, because if I drink more than that, it hurts my stomach. So mainly the only thing I drink anymore is diet tea, which I get the Lipton Diet Citrus and Diet Wildberry. I love their Diet Peach one, but that one hurts my stomach. Like, I noticed, like, if I'm drinking them on a regular daily basis, if, you know, say Jim brought me home some of the peach, I would notice I was starting to feel like I was going to throw up all the time, and my stomach was hurting. And the only thing I could come to conclusion of every time, I went through that like 3 times where I was like puking for like 2 days, that it was the tea. So now I just stick to the green teas and the diet ones, and they don't hurt my stomach. So yeah, I have the Diet Citrus, Diet Wildberry. I don't drink coffee every day anymore, but today I needed something to wake me up. I barely slept in 3 nights. I don't know why, but I said to Tiana, I said, can you please go get me some coffee? I need to wake up, because if not, I'm going to lay here and sleep all day, and I just don't want to do that. And I drink a lot of water. Water. I want to get an infusible pitcher, like Jane Wynn does on Scraptastics. I think it's Scraptastic Yarns. She did a whole thing about fruit infused waters, which I used to do that years ago. I had a water bottle, I used to put like fruit in it, and I just haven't done it in so long. So I've been buying and stocking up on like frozen fruit in the freezer so that I could start doing that. And then I make smoothies with my protein powders and stuff to get my protein in me, and I use the fruit for that too. But I would like to get one of them pitchers and start, you know, get me a few fruit infused water, so there's a little bit of flavor to it, and you get the nutrition from the fruit. You don't have to eat it, you just have to get the nutrition infused out of the fruit. Okay, something you watch while crocheting or knitting. 9 out of 10, I am watching YouTube, and I'm just kind of catching up on everybody's videos that I can. I swear YouTube is like messing with stuff, because I am subscribed to so many channels, but when I go through my when I watch YouTube, like at first I'll just go in what's recommended and blah blah blah, you know, go through, but I usually just go to my subscriptions and I just watch what I want to watch, you know, I just let it play through my subscriptions. But I hardly get everybody that I've subscribed to. I mean, I know some of the people that I'm subscribed to, don't make videos anymore, which is sad. Because, you know, when I started doing this a couple years ago, there was a bunch of us that were starting, so it's like I became friends with so many of them, and they don't do this anymore, and I'm like, hmm. Plus they made excellent videos. I have a mirror on my table and Floki's sitting in front of it, and he's pawing at it because he sees himself, and yeah, he's like, who the heck are you looking at me? But anyways, but if I'm not watching YouTube videos, I will put something on HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, one of them, whatever series I'm into at the time, I'll just put that on and let that play while I am crocheting, or like over here if I'm sewing or making stitch markers or whatever I'm going to do over here. Sometimes I sit over here and crochet, but I'm more comfortable in bed when I crochet. But lately, since my tailbone's a mess, I've been sitting here all day because the bed hurts my tailbone. So we just stay here. That light bothers me with the glare. Woo! Okay. Name a sport you love to watch or play. That would be none. I've never been a sports person. When I was younger, I used to love playing volleyball. We played volleyball at get-togethers and stuff all the time, and I was good at it when I was younger. Now forget it. You know, well, I could have played now even if I wanted to. But that would probably have been about the only thing. And lifting weights. I used to, in gym class, when we would have our weightlifting series, you know, time that we had to do that, I loved to lift weights. I mean, I used to be actually muscular and fit. I was always chunky, but underneath that chunk, I had muscle. I mean, I was bench pressing with my legs like 400 pounds. You know, I had very strong legs. And I always say, like, your legs become strong when you're heavy because you have to have the muscle to carry around all that weight. You know, I wasn't heavy in high school. I was only a little bit heavy. I mean, I was probably like a size 18. So it's like, I'd always say, I'd give anything to be that fat again. But, yeah, that's like the only two things I could probably say I enjoyed in gym class or any other thing. Because I was just never one to, like, sports. I hated running. I hated this. Like, my mom used to say how as a kid and we go for walks that she'd have to drag me along because I would be griping the whole entire way. Because my grandmother used to live probably like a mile from our house. It was like she was at the top of a hill and you had to go around, and we were around to the other side of the hill, and we lived there. Yeah. We used to walk to her house a lot in the summertime, and then we would go swimming. Well, we would go to my grandmother's because my grandmother's from England, so there was tea time. Tea and cookies, her Lorna Doones, but she always had like those old orange Tupperware containers that you would just kind of press in the center, you know. She had a bunch of them, and they always had cookies in it, so we always knew she always had cookies for us kids, you know. So we would go and have cookies at Nanny's and have tea, and then go swimming and run around because her and my grandfather had a pretty big yard. So yeah, now, and they had a big field behind them too that we could go running in. Now it's all built up. Like, that's one thing they used to hate about. They had this nice beautiful house with all this, you know, they had their own land, but it was like farmland around them. And then I guess the farmer sold it, and they built houses. So it's like they got to their property line, and then boom, you were right in somebody else's backyard, which my grandfather hated because he liked his privacy. So he was going to put up a bunch of privacy fences, but then he got pancreatic cancer, and he fought that a good fight for quite a few years, and until just one day he was sitting in his chair, and they were going to get ready, him and my grandmother, my uncle was going to take him out for dinner, and my grandmother went to go to the bathroom, and she came out, and my grandfather had died in that little bit. I mean, she could barely walk either. She had both knees done and didn't really do the exercises that she needed to do in physical therapy to be able to walk without pain and to walk properly again. So it would take her forever to get from point A to point B, kind of like it does me right now. But yeah. Let's see. Name a fruit that isn't round. Well, a banana is about the only thing I can think of right now. Star fruit. Pear. A pear isn't round. A pear is pear-shaped. Well, it's not a perfect circle, so when I'm thinking round, I'm thinking circle, you know. So, pear is not a circle. Alright, and number 9, this is the last one. Name something you crochet or knit for Christmas or the holiday you celebrate. Well, I used to make everybody cows and hats, or the one year I did like kitchen sets, so I made scrubby pads, and I made washcloths, and I made did I say washcloths? Yeah. And I made like doily things, just pretty stuff for your kitchen. And then I got them each a bottle of dish soap that I threw in there, and then they each got a bottle of my homemade lotion and my homemade hand soap and hand sanitizer. So I did that one year. Another year I did a spa set, so they got face scrubbies, they got a scrubby poof thing, regular washcloths. I put in some of my homemade sugar scrubs and my homemade body wash and some bath salts. So that's the kind of stuff that I've done. Hats, scarves, bags. I've made bags for everybody already. My mama used to get a lot from me. Every year she would get a new shawl, and I made her ponchos, I made her goodies, I made my mom sweaters. So yeah, I mean, I made my sister has gotten like 3 ponchos, because I mean, years ago my sister wouldn't have worn anything I made her, but then when I made her poncho and stuff, then she started wearing her ponchos. But she had the surgery a few years ago. She only had she had the sleeve done, and she's lost a lot of weight, and she's really skinny, so it's like she still wears ponchos, but they look like they drown her. But I mean, I was twice her size when she had the surgery. Like, to me, like when I used to look at my sister, she didn't look heavy to me. She didn't have it in the belly. Hers was more in the back end and the hips. But yeah, now she's super skinny. So that would be it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I know I've made other stuff for Christmas and things too. I mean, I've made jewelry. I've always made like bath supplies. The one year I made all the guys like some men's scented body wash and washcloths and stuff. So yeah, I just always try to find something that's quick and easy that I can do, because it used to be a lot. Now I don't really worry about it, because we see my sister and my dad on Christmas, and that's about it. So this year we got my dad some Steelers stuff, because he's a Steelers fan. And my sister, I didn't even get to finish hers. Like, my sister is a Wizard of Oz like fanatic. So I have 2 diamond paintings that I have just maybe like an hour's worth of dots left on each one, and I never finished them. So I'm making those. She'll get them this Christmas. And I was making her a shrug. Yeah, because she is a nurse practitioner, and she works at a nursing home as the nurse practitioner, but she can't wear anything that's baggy or anything, because if it sticks to the wheelchair, if it grabs under their cords, like, I guess they're not allowed to wear baggy stuff. But since my sister had her surgery, she's freezing. Like, even in the summertime, she's cold. So I made her a shrug, so that way it was tied up on her. So I never even got to give that to her. So those are all just in a tote that she'll get this year for Christmas. But yeah, that is the family feud tag. So, content creators that are seeing this, if you have yet to do the family feud tag, tag your it. I'm not going to just put out any names out there. I'm just going to give you all. You want to do the tag? You're tagged. Sound good? Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this little family feud tag, and I'll be back later with another video. So, hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.